Happy New Year, Gemini. Welcome to your 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Just a quick reminder to also check out the video for your rising sign as well if you know it. That can give you some more information or clarify some issues that may be a bit vague in this very general sun sign reading. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you and to focus on the areas that you are most concerned with is to schedule a consultation with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line in the email address in this video or below this video. I'll get it out eventually. If you would like to schedule an appointment, please do be patient. It can take me a few days to get back to you if there are a number of people ahead of you, but I will get back to you. And the new year can be a great time to get a reading because you can definitely kind of hone in on these energies and how they're going to be affecting you specifically. But what I've also wanted to mention, I am thinking of offering an online class on runes and using them for divination. If I do, it will probably be in February and it'll be totally based on how many people are interested. So if that is something you would be interested in, just drop me a line, the same email address, and let me know and I'll add you to my email list and send out a message when I have the details hammered out about that. If you're already emailing me to schedule an appointment, just mention in your email you would also like information on the rune class if I decide to go ahead with that. But let's jump in, Gemini, and see what's happening for you in 2015. The tarot wanted to go second, so they're going to be covering the second half of the year, while the runes are going to be handling January through June. And I've already cast the runes and shuffled and laid out the tarot in the hopes of saving some time, as these are already rather long readings. So let's go. The focus coming into 2015, Gemini, has to do with dealing with some sort of disruption or some sort of situation where someone was being very stubborn and wrong-minded. And so there may have been an argument, and I feel like this happened in 2014. So this is almost like a carryover energy from the end of 2014. The first 6 months of 2015 may not be the best time to start anything new. You know, you may find for whatever reason that you run into obstructions or delays. You know, it just may be something that needs a little bit more time to come to fruition. But the advice is that if you're patient, the right people or the right situations will present themselves later in the year. So, but, you know, for a lot of you, this may just be one issue that's caught up around somebody who's being stubborn. In some cases, maybe it's you, Gemini, who's being stubborn. You know, not listening and headed down a road that's not, you know, the best. With this rune, need, it always implies failure for whatever, oops. I just wanted to reinforce. Don't do it. You've been warned, Gemini. Whatever you're thinking about doing, if it is affecting anyone else in a negative way, or if it's not fair to others in some way, it's not going to work out well, Gemini. Now, for a lot of you, maybe this is someone else, you know, because I feel like for a lot of you it is, and you're trying to keep a positive attitude. You're trying to attain a victory, but you know, there's somebody who's just being very recalcitrant and stubborn, and this is somebody who has not learned their lesson. They're repeating something that, you know, never ended well in the first place, or, you know, just reinforcing a bad decision in some way. And for a lot of you, it could be that you start the year not even talking to this person, because with Isa, that is the rune of a situation that's frozen, a separation, a severance of ties. Some of you may be dealing with, you know, the end of a relationship, a divorce, and trying to stay positive. And that's the rune's advice, is that, you know, try to keep a positive attitude. Disruptions appear to me more likely in the first 6 months of 2015, Gemini, than the second half. So buckle that seatbelt and probably prepare for the unexpected. Now, they won't all be bad disruptions. Because with hail, that just means, you know, it's external stuff. It's stuff you can't control. Nobody is comfortable with things they can't control, yet that's what life is made of. So just be ready to catch some fly balls in the first 6 months, Gemini. But what they are saying is that these delays, if you're finding yourself just kind of feeling a little bit stuck in that first part of the year, it is happening for a reason. It's happening because you have to walk through a certain door or start a project or try to repair a relationship at a certain time. There's divine timing working here. Divine time is seldom when we feel it should be. We want it and we want it now, and they don't care because they're not here. And you know, I really, they forget how difficult it can be here. You know, when you want something so badly, or you just want to change your circumstances. But maybe it does seem like, Gemini, maybe you're rushing into something that is not going to benefit you in the long run. And so that's the case sometimes, is when, oh, we want this so bad that we're just charging ahead. But then the universe is like, no, you're not going to be happy that way, or that way lies disaster. So they throw these obstacles and delays in your way. Try to look at the first 6 months of 2015 in that way, Gemini, that any obstacles you encounter, if something's delayed, just realize, well, divine timing's not working. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen necessarily. It just means that it needs to happen at the right time to benefit you the most. And I do think that by the end of that period, by June, around your birthday time, there is going to be a harvest. There is going to be a karmic reaping period around your birthday, where you will get back, you know, what you've been waiting for, or you'll get the green light, you know. So just be patient. I know it's difficult, but if you can do that, it's gonna, I think by June, the world's going to be looking a lot brighter, you know, than the way 2015 starts off. But you know, until the end of 2014, Gemini, you had the best forecasts of everyone. So it's kind of like December, and now the first 6 months of 2015 may be a bit bumpier for you, because you were having the smoother ride when everybody else was buckling up last year. So things will get calm again. Things will get moving again. Just hold on, put on your patience hat. Now, the good thing about this is that, and maybe some of the reason a lot of these delays or disruptions are happening, is because what can't be changed about the first 6 months is that you're on a spiritual journey, Gemini, a lot of you. So, you know, it may be these things that kind of causes you to examine your spiritual path, or to look into things like tarot or runes, or meditation, or Reiki, or healing, or alternative methods, you know, of healing. You know, you may be studying that, or taking classes on that sort of thing. Things to do with the occult, doing a lot of reading on that sort of thing, because you're very inquisitive, Gemini. And I feel like that would be great, because it can take your mind off of you know, some of the things that may be going on that you're not too thrilled with. Those of you who have a court case, and that may be what all of these disruptive things are around, it may be just delays on settling a divorce, or, you know, an inheritance issue, or any kind of court situation. And even if it doesn't necessarily involve a court, any kind of bureaucratic institutions, like a former job that owes you money, or vacation time, or any kind of situation where you're having to fill out paperwork and wait for something that's owed to you, or for help, or for financial help or aid in some way. So I do feel like if you can persevere and jump through all the hoops, testing as those situations may be, you'll get the payoff come June for a lot of you. And again, there's no, for some of you, it may be the second half, and for some of you, these may be reversed. There's so many of you. But generally, these energies will be, you know, they can carry over, though, or overlap some, the two time periods in the year. There's no, oh, it's definitely going to happen in June. I can tell you that if we do a reading, but I can't really do that in a general reading for so many people. Now, for those of you that this is not a spiritual journey, this could be that you're just, you decide to move, or take a job, or maybe that's what's being held up here. You're wanting to move. You're wanting to switch jobs, you know, but you can't for whatever reason. There's something holding you back. Again, just remember divine timing. This is coming up in the situation though that it can't be changed. So if that's what you're waiting on, it is going to happen. You're going to get that message. You're going to get that job. You're going to be able to move. You're going to sell the house. You know, you're going to be able to change your circumstances. It's just kind of an unknown with the rune of the hidden here. Now, for some of you, you may get a message from someone that you thought you would never hear from again. You know, so if this is around this, maybe it's this person for some of you, and maybe that's what, you know, maybe a reconciliation will be at hand at some point if that's what you want. Some of you may be finding something that you thought was lost, you know, or discovering information that was secret from you that then allows you to move forward. But yeah, definitely, you know, travel, moving, changing jobs, you know, shifts and changes. That I believe at the beginning of the month are hidden. You may be feeling like it's never, I'm sorry, the beginning of the year. You may feel like it's not going to happen, but it is, because this is in the position of it's going to happen whether you like it or not. And I think this is directly correlating to the Justice rune, Jera. You know, and this also does generally mean a favorable outcome when it comes to legal stuff, if you're on the side of right. So again, it kind of goes back to whoever is being wrong-minded or stubborn. If it's the other person, then you will benefit, Gemini, vice versa, and the other person, you know, will get the favorable result. But either way, whatever this is, I feel like for most of you, you'll be moving past and out of that energy come the second half of the year. So let's jump in and see what the tarot has for you here. July through December 2015, Gemini. A lot of you are going to get a message that you've been waiting on. Or an opportunity to send a message of love or receive a message of love. And for some of you, this could be coming from a King of Cups in reverse. This is normally a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Doesn't have to be. But because he's coming up in the reverse, this can be somebody who is a bit manipulative emotionally. I'm not gonna, well, not a bit. He's a lot. Maybe this is, you know, somebody, maybe this is this ex that now wants to get back together, or soon to be ex that wants to get back together. But this is, yeah, for some of you, this will be someone you know. For some of you, it could be somebody that kind of comes on the scene in the second half of the year, but you may be a little bit suspicious of him. There's something about him that's coming off a little mysterious. So, you know, and that's very much a Scorpio energy. So maybe he is a Scorpio. But yeah, in other cases, this is somebody who is refusing to see the truth in some way, particularly about someone that he cares about, but that, you know, is not really connected to anyone else. So that goes back to this. I feel like for a lot of you, this person that's being stubborn and wrong-minded is this, you know, King of Cups person. But I feel like your focus the second half of the year, or the challenge may be just, you know, being able to speak to this person, or getting a message from this person that is not delusional. And I'm sorry to tell you that. I mean, you know, but I don't mean to laugh, but it is like this person is just, you know, everyone else is seeing reality and this person is not. And I feel like you approach this person in a very respectful way, a very caring manner with the Page of Cups. You know, and it could be maybe this is your ex and you have to deal with him and because you have a child. The Page of Cups could be your child. And you try your best to be nice and respectful and decent. And just, you know, he won't have it. This is somebody who's not willing to compromise. And of everyone involved in this situation, he's the one who should be compromising the most. because he's caused the most hurt, or he's said the most hurtful things. For some of you, this is somebody who is you either used to be married to. It could be your partner. Maybe you're still together, and he's just, you know, sticking to an incorrect way of thinking, or a logic filled with holes. And Gemini, nobody can zero in on holes in logic quicker than you can. So, I mean, I feel like you'll be shooting holes in all of this person's, you know, everything he's throwing at you. No, if this is somebody new on the scene, he may have a child, if it's this King of Cups, or maybe this is your child and he or she does not like this new guy on the scene. Maybe listen to that, because I feel like this child is very intuitive and is maybe picking up on something you're not quite seeing yet, Gemini. I think you will, but this intuitive kid may be picking up on something. I feel like this guy has, you know, he may really be the victim. That may be, he may be talking about his past marriage or his past relationship, and he's, you know, of course, always, you know, he wishes the victim. She took all his money. She took all his hopes. She refused to compromise. You know, he's going to be saying all these things, but Gemini, I think you should be very suspicious of any new people on the scene, particularly men. Doesn't have to be men for all of you. For you guys, this could be a water sign woman. But, you know, no one is always the victim, and those people who tend to kind of paint themselves in that light, well, you know, can you be the victim of all these people realistically? What's the common denominator? You. So just keep that in mind, Gemini. You're right to kind of be a little suspicious of anybody who is just saying that, oh yes, everybody, I'm always the one that's hurt. But let's see what else we got here, Gemini. Yeah, in the summertime, you may be competing with someone else. Now, in a very mundane sense, this could be a trip. I mean, maybe you enter a sweepstakes, or there's something that you're doing to win a trip, a vacation. You know, a cruise. I'm seeing a ship. Some of you may win a vacation. I mean, because I have, you know, the Four of Swords, which is all about vacation. The Five of Wands, which is all about competition or mock battles. And the Sun card, which is all about, and you having to defend your position on something. But I think you're going to be successful, Gemini. You have a very good shot at winning something. Now, for those of you who aren't like entering a contest or anything, it may just be that you have to really fight to take a vacation that you want to take, or to get some rest. You know, you may be, again, embroiled in a situation where there's lots of just petty nonsense going on. Some of you, this may be on the internet. You may feel like you need to defend yourself or people that you care about against somebody who's just being foolish. Somebody who took a stupid risk, and now they're trying to kind of either redirect the attention on other people, or you know, not take responsibility for their actions in some way. And I feel like, Gemini, you're going to be setting this person straight. You know, you'll listen, and you will listen with, and you apply your reason. But this person doesn't seem to want to hear reason. So I feel like you'll just be like, I'm done. And this may be this same person. So, I mean, Gemini, you're more than fair. You give people a lot of chances to come around and you know, be reasonable. But don't waste your time and energy on people who just refuse to see the truth. Their denial is now becoming just ridiculous to you. And that may be essentially what you say. It's like, how are you going to deny this? Here's the proof. Now, for some of you, this will be different for all of you. Some of you, this may be a work situation of, you know, your friends. But for a lot of you, it could just be a nice trip. Maybe you win this, and everybody, you know, a bunch of people want to go with you, and you have to decide, you have to choose one person to go, and everybody's like, why don't you choose me? It's like, well, I only had one other ticket. Because, you know, pick me, pick me. Help that's going to be available to you, Gemini, in July through December of 2015. And I apologize for the artillery fire. As a lot of you who watch me regularly know, I live near the police academy. Apparently a lot of people are sharpshooting today. Okay. Well, some of you may be, again, we've got a lot of fire energy people coming up because I got a page of rods in reverse, a knight of rods in reverse. Okay, and these guys, these may all be the same person for some of you. For some of you, it'll be different. And then we got the king of rods in reverse. All fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. In the reverse, they all have the same kind of traits of rushing in without thinking things through, of not putting effort into things that were their idea, of being very stubborn to admit their shortcomings and their faults and say, I'm sorry, no, I'm not, I wasn't wrong. But you, Gemini, and for a lot of you, I feel this is you, or another air sign you're connected to, the Queen of Swords, that is you, normally, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. You're giving them some truth. And, you know, guy Geminis, this can be you too. It does not have to be a queen. Again, these energies are interchangeable because it's for so many people. But it's like, yeah, you're setting some people straight here. And you should. Because I feel like, Gemini, your voice in whatever this mayhem is. And that's what's coming up. And it is all just kind of petty. Again, with the Five of Rods, it's a mock battle. It's just silliness. Because it's someone not seeing the truth at all. But I mean, I feel like your words carry a lot of meaning with the Strength card next to this. Maybe this person won't listen to anybody else, but I mean, they see you as the voice of reason. They really do trust what you have to say. So Gemini, definitely express yourself clearly. And say what you need to say to this person because they need to hear it. And it's going to help the situation. Maybe it's just your words that finally put it into this because you're speaking the truth. When everyone else is afraid to, it takes courage to do this. And you have it with the Strength card there. Now, what can't be changed about the second half of the year is that there will be new beginnings emotionally for you. And Gemini, this could have connections to your past. So this could be a nostalgic reuniting with like a kind of maybe somebody that was a puppy love of yours back in the day, somebody you knew when you were younger. You could run into this person and, you know, kind of pick up where you left off. Or if this is somebody you had a crush on and never got a chance to really do anything about, you could get, you know, the chance now. This could also be a new beginning in family. So if this is a family member, Gemini, again, you're speaking up and shining your light of truth on this is going to get you the result that you want. It may not be immediate, but it is going to carry some weight and it is going to affect a change. So new beginnings emotionally. Those of you who want to have children, there's also, you know, a good possibility for that. Or, you know, it may be that you start a relationship with this person who also has children. If this is not someone from your past, it could be somebody coming in who does have children. And so you are a step parent. If that's the case, it does seem like it's going to be a very positive thing for everyone. So don't let that scare you off, even if you think kids are maybe not your thing. Give it a shot here, Gemini. But I want to jump here to the end of the year. Okay, so by December, Gemini, we got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So that is a completion emotionally. That's a satisfying family card, celebration, coming together. Things are financially stable, so you've got a completion financially as well. So whatever, you know, if it was a job change you were waiting on that first part of the year, that's accomplished by the end of the year. And you're in the money. So if it's a payout, if it was a legal settlement you were waiting on, a divorce settlement, that comes through as well. With the Ten of Pentacles, there's no way around it. It is a completion. What you were waiting on, you're no longer waiting on. And for a lot of you, this is not something you have to work for. This is a settlement. This is a payout. This is money. This is a trip that you win and you take with a family member or someone that you are happy with. Now, the Ten of Cups can also signify a happy event, a wedding. It could be the holidays and your family all coming together, maybe for the first time in a while, because there's been maybe this infighting, if this situation was a family snafu. But I do feel in the wintertime there is, you know, even more good news, because there's a new beginning or a new direction with your money. So maybe this money you won, there's something, you have plans for that. You're gonna, you know, make a big purchase, buy a new home. You may be, the Queen of Rods may be a part of this, and she's normally a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. She is coming up in the upright though. So this is somebody that you get on well with. Because she's coming up next to the Ace of Pentacles, this could be your new boss or somebody who puts you in touch with a way to increase your earnings or even a new opportunity. So some of you may change jobs twice, Gemini, but it won't be because you're unhappy at the first one. It'll be just because you can increase your money through this Queen of Rods. Yeah, I do feel like any lack or any loss will be, you know, a thing of the past. But you may still be talking about it, or specifically a Queen of Pentacles may still be talking about it. So this is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But she's coming up in the upright, so that tells me that she has a legitimate complaint. Sorry about that, Gemini. The battery decided to die right as I was at the end of your reading here. But yes, as I was saying, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, she does have a legitimate complaint. And I almost feel like she's, you know, she may be comforting you or vice versa, or she may be, you know, and it seems like somebody is saying, you know, don't cry over spilled milk with the Five of Cups. Yeah, you know, maybe I did lose a lot, but we still have these cups here that aren't spilled. Because the Five of Cups is about lamenting the loss of something, but not seeing the cups that you do have. They're not all empty. There are people that love you. There are other people that care about you. And Gemini, for some of you, maybe this is somebody that you care about and you're telling them that. Maybe they're going through a difficult financial time or a time of loss, you know, or maybe they're depending on you. Maybe this is somebody who comes to you for help, or, you know, could be somebody who needs a loan at the end of the year. But I mean, if it is, this is with the Queen of Pentacles, she's somebody who will pay it back, and you know she will. So this would be somebody that you would be, you know, comfortable loaning money to. But because I don't think that you're going to need it, Gemini. I mean, things are looking really good for you financially. But yeah, there is still this feeling of, the Queen of Pentacles, because I have Page of Pentacles coming up next to this now, and I feel like they're the same person for most of you. They are dealing with somebody who, with the Moon card reversed, either has maybe an addiction issue, drinking problems, gambling problems. Maybe that's why they need a loan. I mean, this could be a really close friend or family member of yours, Gemini, who is dealing with that, and they've gotten themselves into a bind. With the Nine of Swords, they're worried about how they're going to get themselves out of that. Or maybe they're just dealing with someone who has some mental health issues, who's not seeing things. Again, delusion with the Moon card reversed. So somebody, again, who doesn't, that came up earlier, somebody who's not seeing things the way they really are, not seeing truth, and is maybe taking it out on this Queen of Pentacles person. And this person just wants to be free of it. She just wants, you know, wants to be free of this worry. And you know, feel stuck in this situation. And for whatever reason, Gemini, I think this person's coming to you for help, and that you're the key to this. You can really lend your support, either, you know, just support by lending an ear or comforting them, giving them advice, or by, you know, helping them out in a financial bind. But yeah, it does appear that this person, as soon as they are able to, will get it back to you. Because Pentacles people are very conscientious. They actually hate asking for loans. They normally don't find themselves in need of one. But I feel like this person is in this situation due to someone else. This could also just be a lack of affection. Someone has withdrawn their affection. Because the Five of Pentacles isn't always talking about a lack of money. It can also be a lack of affection, a lack of warmth, where once there was some. So, I mean, maybe this is a person going through a divorce or going through a breakup, and they just, maybe their mate is someone, or soon-to-be ex is somebody who has an addiction issue or the mental health issue. So I think at the end of the year, you're going to be feeling pretty good, Gemini, but there is going to be somebody in need, and it is somebody that you care a lot about. And you're going to do your best to be there for them and help them, as you do for people that you care about. So that is what I see, Gemini. Definitely a lot of good stuff happening, particularly in the second part of the year. Again, that first half of the year, use that to focus on your spiritual development and things that you're interested in that way. And just know that if things are not moving forward as quickly as you would like, or if you're having to deal with stubborn, irritating people, you know, it's going to free, that energy is going to free up or pass by the second part of the year. So use any delays or any downtime to focus on other goals and other areas, and develop yourself, you know, spiritually, or you know, keep those goals in sight, keep trucking on, you know, and you'll get there, because that can't be changed. You're going to get where you want to go. It just may be taking longer than you were thinking. But again, that's divine timing. It's for the best, even though you may not see it. You probably don't see it. But that's what I see, Gemini. 2015 is going to end on a very positive note with that 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles. I really can't think of the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. I really can't think of a better outcome. So good luck with that. Have a lovely 2015, and I'll see you back here next month for the monthlies.